On Daniel Dubois against Oleksandr Usyk, realistically, has he got any chance? We've got 30 seconds.
Of course he has. Look, it's a tough ask, of course. You know, the thing with Usyk is he doesn't depend on his power to knock you out. He depends on his skill. That's why it's a tough ask, because he's going to box rings around you if you let him. Dubois, good luck. Don Charles, good luck. Great British boxing, good luck. We potentially might have a heavyweight championship back on our soil.
Anthony Joshua doesn't hold back when assessing Daniel Dubois' challenge against Oleksandr Usyk. While he acknowledges that upsets can happen in boxing, he emphasizes that Usyk is no ordinary opponent. Usyk is a master technician who relies on skill, precision, and ring IQ, not brute strength. Joshua warns that if Dubois allows Usyk to dictate the pace, his technical brilliance will prove too much. He respects the guidance of Don Charles in Dubois' corner, but cautions that this is a level of boxing
Dubois shot in that fight. It's a good time. I mean, a little bit of inactivity because of the fight falling through against Joseph Parker, but you know, it's exciting, and I think definitely a fight he could win.
Dubois may not yet be ready for. The risk is enormous, and Dubois must fully understand the magnitude of the task ahead. Promoter Eddie Hearn strikes a more optimistic tone, but even he struggles to hide his concerns. While he offers a flicker of hope, it feels more like damage control. The reality is grim. Dubois is entering a potential nightmare. His long layoff following the loss to Joseph Parker has left him stagnant and possibly underprepared. Meanwhile, Usyk remains sharp, focused, and undistracted.
I think Daniel Dubois, he's on a roll. He's coming off of a massive win against AJ. Usyk's also on a massive roll, so I think that fight's going to come down to mindset.
Oiled machine seemingly peaking at the perfect time. Chris Eubank Jr. supports Dubois, praising his resurgence and suggesting he's on an unstoppable path after a supposed win over Anthony Joshua. However, Usyk is also on a dominant streak. This clash is not just about punching power, it's about momentum. Both fighters are arriving with serious intent, and Eubank Jr. highlights that there will be little room for error. In the end, this fight may come down to who can impose their game plan and
is a chance for Daniel Dubois to go down in British sporting folklore and to go and do the business, reverse that result.
Seize control at the right moment. The burning question heading into this high-stakes clash is whether Daniel Dubois' raw intensity can match Oleksandr Usyk's methodical precision. Everything will hinge on mindset, on who can mentally outlast the other in the heat of battle. One thing is certain, this fight is poised to be explosive. Chris Eubank Jr. backs Dubois, insisting the heavyweight is on an unstoppable run, especially after what he claims was a massive win over Anthony Joshua. But here's the twist.
Oleksandr Usyk is the best fighter in boxing, period. Of this generation, what he's done at cruiserweight, what he's done at heavyweight, what he's done to all the other British fighters to do the double over AJ, the double over...
Usyk is on a roll too. This isn't just a battle of power, it's a collision of momentum. Both fighters are bringing their A-game, and as Eubank Jr. highlights, mental resilience could make all the difference. Adam Smith adds weight to the discussion with a compelling analysis, declaring Oleksandr Usyk the pinnacle of this boxing generation. From dominating the cruiserweight division to flawlessly transitioning to heavyweight, Usyk has proven he's operating on a different level. Smith underscores Usyk's back-to-back victories over Anthony Joshua as defining moments, solidifying his dominance over the top tier of British heavyweights.
Beast, he's a good fighter. He's a hard fighter to beat, and I think he'll learn from the mistakes he made in the first fight against Usyk, and it will give him a hard fight. Look, he has the tools to win that fight.
The stakes, according to Smith, rise even higher with the prospect of defeating Tyson Fury, a win that would etch Usyk's name in history as the greatest of this era. His ability to control, outthink, and outlast opponents shows a level of boxing intelligence few can match. Amir Khan, meanwhile, voices his support for Dubois, calling him a beast with tremendous potential. He praises Dubois for learning from past mistakes, including his loss to Usyk, and believes he now poses a genuine threat. However, Khan remains realistic. While Dubois' power is immense, it won't be enough against Usyk's ring IQ and experience. Usyk, a true master technician, is known for exposing weaknesses and capitalizing.
Class act, a mature individual because he's older and wiser, comes from a completely different background. But Daniel Dubois is growing into himself. This will be one hell of a fight. This will be a proper fight, like all of the Usyk.
On even the smallest tactical errors. Mahhatuma echoes this sentiment, stressing that Dubois is facing an opponent with exceptional execution and proven precision. To have any chance of victory, Dubois must bring more than raw power. He'll need a flawless game plan and the discipline to stick to it under pressure. The task ahead is nothing short of monumental, and only a perfect performance will give Dubois a shot at dethroning the reigning master. Simon Jordan doesn't hold back when hyping the explosive showdown between Daniel Dubois and Oleksandr Usyk, labeling it a fight for the ages. He praises Usyk's extraordinary skill, experience, and championship pedigree, calling him a true master of the ring. But Jordan's
Usyk, in your opinion, can't cope with that?
No one can. No one can. No one can. We'll bring our game. Like I said, Daniel has now spent, by the time this fight comes around, they would have spent 2 years, exactly 2 years with this current.
Focus shifts toward Dubois, the young powerhouse who, in his eyes, is finally realizing his full potential, both as a fighter and as a man. Jordan insists this won't be just another title defense for Usyk. It's shaping up to be an all-out war, one that could eclipse all of Usyk's previous battles. As Dubois approaches his physical and mental peak, Jordan's excitement grows, suggesting this could be the night the heavyweight landscape is forever changed. With the stakes sky-high and anticipation reaching a fever pitch, this bout promises to be a defining moment in modern boxing, a must-watch clash that could shape the future of the division. On the other side,
He's a heavy puncher. Both hands carries dynamite. It's just going to be a case of picking his moments, believing in his work, and there are 3 or 4 fundamental things that he must do, and if he does them, he'll have success.
Trainer Don Charles speaks with unshakable confidence, boldly claiming that Usyk won't survive the storm Dubois is set to unleash. After 2 years of grueling training, Charles believes his fighter has evolved into a more complete version of himself, stronger, smarter, and significantly more dangerous. But here's the twist. Usyk has been here before. He's faced and dismantled hard-hitting opponents with flawless composure. His ability to stay calm under fire, absorb pressure, and maintain control makes him a daunting adversary. While Dubois may be overflowing with confidence, Usyk's unmatched ability to expose flaws is what sets him apart. The real question becomes, can Dubois' raw strength crack Usyk's composure? Or will
People are talented, some people are dedicated to the sport, they're not consistent. Or I think the biggest factor is they're not confident in themselves, or they just ain't mentally prepared to be.
The champion's experience render him untouchable. George Fox echoes the excitement surrounding Dubois, describing him as a powerhouse with knockout potential that could change the course of any fight. His explosive hands are dangerous. If they land clean, it could be game over. However, Fox also delivers a reality check. Against a battle-hardened tactician like Usyk, brute strength isn't enough. Usyk has seen it all and conquered it. His ring IQ, discipline, and ability to control every aspect of a fight could once again prove to be the decisive factor. As the boxing world braces for the much-anticipated clash between Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois, opinion...
Usyk press conference, he's not going to start flipping tables and kicking off and this, that and the other. He's going to play a few little games and mind games and that. But aside from that, pretty chill and relaxed.
Opinions from fighters and analysts alike are heating up. For many, this isn't just another heavyweight bout. It's a turning point in the division. Mahhatuma, doesn't mince words when analyzing the state of the heavyweight landscape. In his eyes, both Usyk and Dubois are lacking the true qualities that define elite fighters. While Usyk is often hailed as a brilliant technician, Mahhatuma challenges this narrative, accusing him of relying too heavily on clever tricks and footwork rather than showing the true grit of a champion. When truly tested, Mahhatuma says, Usyk crumbles. His skills are overhyped, and his lack of fighting spirit will be exposed under real pressure. As for Daniel Dubois, Mahhatuma is equally unsparing.
So, we'll fight the winner between Usyk and Daniel Dubois.
And who do you think wins that fight?
Usyk will win that fight for sure. But anything can happen, this is batting.
He describes Dubois' raw power as a crutch, something that masks deeper weaknesses in his game. Mahhatuma argues that Dubois lacks the mental fortitude and ring intelligence to thrive at the sport's highest level. He hasn't faced real adversity, he adds, and when he does, the facade will shatter. In stark contrast, Fabio Wardley offers deep respect for Usyk, not just as a fighter but as a strategist. He emphasizes Usyk's composure, noting that he never gets rattled or emotional, even when the stakes are high. Usyk plays mind games without saying a word, Wardley explains. His calm, his precision, it's psychological warfare. Wardley believes this ability to stay cool under fire gives Usyk a critical edge in the ring, making him a truly dangerous opponent. His mindset, as much as his technique, is what separates him from the rest. Adding to the drama is Ajagba, who has his sights set firmly on the aftermath. Confident, determined, and laser-focused, Ajagba sees his upcoming battle with Dubois as more than a fight. It's his opportunity to break into the top tier of heavyweight boxing. The Nigerian powerhouse is preparing like a man possessed. "I'm not here to survive," Ajagba declares. "I'm here to dominate." His intense training camp and burning ambition suggest he's ready to stake his claim as the division's next breakout star. As tensions rise, the burning question remains. Can Dubois dig deeper than ever before to withstand Usyk's mastery? Or will Usyk once again prove that composure, timing, and experience trump brute force? Drop your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest on this electrifying showdown.